time I say I'm gonna take some time off, y'all. All the cashiers, they was like, somebody stole her truck. It's like you can hear it all throughout the store. This Rox coming to you today with a review for Love and Marriage Detroit, Love and Marriage Huntsville, our book 4, Real Housewives of Atlanta. Let's get to it, shall we? What's up, Roxstars? How y'all doing on today? Listen, did you guys watch the Grammys the other night? I watched the Grammys the other night, and it was probably one of the best Grammys that I've seen in a long time. You guys know that normally I will review the BET Awards, all of the different BET Awards that they would have, hip-hop, Soul Train, you know. I would always review those, but I never really reviewed the Grammys because usually they're pretty boring. But this year was a little different. I don't know what was going on at the Grammy board. I feel like they probably was like, you know what? The black folks is about to have a real rough next 4 years. Let's go on and let them have a good time tonight. They tried real hard in that election. Shit didn't work out too good for them. So, you know what? Let's throw them a bone and let's let them have a good night. And that's kind of how it felt. Now, I didn't take notes on the Grammys because usually, like I said, they're boring. So I you know, normally I would have taken the notes and I would have done like a formal review for the Grammys. But, you know, I was watching it and it was funny because the whole time I was watching it, I was telling myself, like, Roxanne, you need to be taking notes on this. Girl, you could actually did a video on this. And then I didn't because I was just enjoying the show, you guys. But yes, very entertaining. A very entertaining night. We had Trevor Noah as the host. He does very well. I love Trevor Noah because he is very smart. He's very clever. He's able to wrap those jokes around whatever might be going around socially, whatever is going around in our community, what might ever be going around in the world at the time. He's always able to relate all of that. But then he also seems down enough that we can relate to him. He doesn't feel like somebody that's talking at us. It's like somebody is talking with us, you know? So I've always liked Trevor Noah. Love his stand-up, love his books. We read it in Roxy Reads Book Club. For those of you guys who might be thinking about joining, hey, we'll take you. We'll take you. Anyway, getting back to the show. So yes, Trevor Noah was the host. But before we get to the show, let's just talk a little bit about what went down on the red carpet, shall we? I was watching the red carpet, and normally I like sit and really pay attention to the red carpet because that's the only place that I can really see what everybody has on. This time I was kind of watching, walking around on the phone, doing stuff, so I wasn't really as focused as as I normally would be, but there were a few things that I noticed. I'm sure many of you guys noticed as well. So we'll just talk about that first. First of all, let's talk about the slight that the AP News interviewer gave to Babyface. There were two girls that were interviewing Babyface on the red carpet, and he had just started speaking. I'm sorry, I didn't get the ladies' names, but he had just started speaking to one girl, had asked him a question, and he was just about to get into his answer, and then the other girl, who didn't seem interested to begin with, okay, but she leans over, she sees that Chappelle Roan, is that her name? Chappell Roan? Chappell, I think it's not Chappelle. Chappell Roan was walking by, who, you know, also, she's a new artist, and people love her and all, so she was walking by, and the girl very rudely interrupted Babyface, yelled out for the girl, like, wait a minute, don't walk by, we want to interview you. And when Babyface noticed that the lady was trying to talk to Chappell Roan, he was just like, oh, you know what, go do that. Leave me the fuck alone, basically. And he walked off, okay? The one girl who asked the question actually looked like she was regretful that the girl did that. You know, she looked very apologetic when she took the microphone from him. But the other lady, she absolutely did not care. She had no interest in Babyface. I mean, and that's fine and all. But, you know, you're on the red carpet. You are interviewing people. It is your job to talk to, even if it's somebody you might not be interested in. It might be in people, you know, there are many people that are interested in Babyface, you know. And I understand Chappell, I'm sorry. You know, she's a very popular girl and all, but yeah, there was better ways to do that. And one of them was just simply not doing that. Completing your interview with Babyface and then moving on to Chappelle Chapel if you had to. Also, you guys, the printer at work is still fucked up. So it's actually, the printer is fine. It's my computer is not mapped to it. So I had to bring the laptop out here to have my notes. Otherwise, I would be going off the top of my head, and you guys already know how that would go. Okay. So yes, very disappointed in that. Of course, AP News has apologized, and the girls had apologized afterwards, but, you know, fell very flat, the apology from the girls. Well, at least really from the one girl. I kind of feel bad for the other girl that's getting kind of pulled into this, but really, honestly, it's the one girl who yelled out to the wrong girl. She needs to be, honestly, you know, I hate to say people be needing to leave, they lose their job and shit, but maybe she need to be back at the desk. Okay, let's put her back in the office. She don't need to be on the red carpet offending the people. Also on the red carpet, I'd be remiss if I didn't discuss Kanye and his wife Bianca Censori, or Sensory, whatever the fuck. You know, I'm just so over them. I'm so over Kanye. I'm gonna always love Kanye from afar, but I'm just over the shenanigans. You know, the girl is always naked, so it wasn't no huge surprise that she was completely naked up under her fur coat. I was offended watching that on the news, on TV, when she got on that red carpet, and she turned her back to the photographers, and then she dropped that fur coat. I mean, you know, obviously it was for a moment, but she was completely naked. Nothing. She had on a little mesh, and when I say mesh, I say like old school nude colored fishnet like skirt thing, okay? And completely naked, asshole, coochie, titties, you know, everything just completely out. And I was over it. Okay, I was trying to figure out how uncomfortable it must be to sit up in a place with absolutely no clothes on, but maybe it's not, because, you know, if you used to not walking around with clothes, I mean, this wouldn't be any different. I'm sick of seeing her naked body. I don't know what we're trying to do here. I know it's Kanye, but the fact that he's always completely dressed, she's always completely undressed, it feels like he makes her do these things. I don't know why she would want to walk around like that. Any man that wants his wife to be on display like that, it's just, all of it is so warped and weird, and I just cannot. Okay, I just cannot. They say that they ended up, okay, so there was a story going around that was saying that they were kicked out because of the stunt of her not having any clothes on. Turns out that is not true. And Kanye West was very upset because I guess he felt that Don Lemon was the person that was spreading that rumor. Don Lemon did respond and was just like, absolutely did not say that. Okay, as a matter of fact, I was trying to correct the person that was putting out the wrong information, you know. And he ain't got time for Kanye, you know. He is just sort of like, Kanye, like, really, nobody is trying to get any type of clout or anything from what you and your wife are doing out there. Okay. So, turns out they did not get kicked out. They had no intentions of going to the Grammys at all. They just wanted to do the red carpet, which they were granted that request to do the red carpet, and then they left and went back home, which is, again, just trying to get some sort of spotlight over there. I'm just so over it. I'm over it. What else happened on the red carpet? You know, for the most part, I thought that everybody looked really nice. I was checking out all of the fashions and all. Who stuck out? I don't even remember anybody sticking out. See, I'm mad at myself that I didn't take notes on it. But it's okay, you guys, because the things that I want to talk about, I do remember. So anyway, once we got inside the building and we, you know, at the show, of course, Beyonce and Jay-Z and Blue Ivy, they never really do red carpet any longer because I think that Beyonce, I think that it makes her uncomfortable the way that everybody kind of like swarms around her. And she takes a lot of the attention and all of that, you know. It's a big personality. It's a big, you know, well-loved. Everybody wants to have a little piece of Beyonce, you know, so they skip the red carpet. But we got on with the show. Trevor Noah again was the host. He was taking up, they did a lot for the victims, the fire victims in LA. Not just the Palisades area, but Altadena, Pasadena, all of the different areas that were affected by the fire. They did take up offerings. Okay, the doors of the church was open. They did take up money for it, and they made sure that they mentioned it all the time. So, you know, that would be on the forefront of your mind. As a matter of fact, when the Grammys opened, they had a group of people. I didn't write it down, but they did I Love LA. Okay, and can you guys tell I cut my wig? I cut it a little bit because it needed some layers, and I was afraid. I was nervous all this time. I've been trying to find somebody to cut it, but I was just like, I'm not gonna be paying. So anyway, long story short, I just cut it myself. Cut some layers in there, puffed it out, fluffed it out a little bit. It's cute, huh? Y'all like it? Anyway, so yeah, they did I Love LA, kind of get us in the spirit of I Love LA. We are in LA, the, you know, the awards and all that. So forgot to mention also on the red carpet, the Smith family, okay? From Will Smith on down to the cheering. First of all, Will Smith has turned into that uncle. Will Smith has definitely turned into that uncle that likes to just give his, like, impart his wisdom and trying to keep the youth from making the same mistakes that he's made. You know, he's always been kind of one of those Confucius. He always got like a little something, a little gem to throw out there. But really, Will for real has become uncle. He is unk for real. But I still love Will Smith. It's funny to see him that has moved into, he's transformed into this, what I'll say is that ever since the slap that was heard around the world and seen around the world, ever since that happened, I know that there is a section of Hollywood that don't really fuck with Will no more. So the fact that the black people still kind of take him in, you know, I like the fact that he's leaning into that instead of like being like shunned and going away because his crowd that he was used to ain't really fucking with him no more like that. I like the fact that he realized that he needs to come on back home. Just come on back home. Not that he ever felt like I never felt like he was, you know, like OJ, like he just don't deal with black people no more. But you know, he is an A-list actor and all that. So it's just nice to see that he has fully brought himself back around to the black community, and we have accepted them back in. Them kids, y'all, the kids. Willow, first of all, on the red carpet, I think she was nominated for something. I don't believe she won. Because I haven't seen there is also, I fell asleep during the Grammys. I was on and off, falling asleep, dozing off, in and out. So there's that. But I don't believe she won. However, she looked beautiful on the red carpet. Now, usually I don't fuck with when people be having on panties and shit. It's just like, it's so tiring. But actually it worked. I thought it looked really nice the way that she had it with that big coat on top of it. I mean, fuck, if we gonna wear panties and shit outside, at least let it have some sparkle, some bedazzle on it. Let it at least be cute. And that's what it was. Of course, I prefer somebody to have clothes on, but if you're going to have on underwear, I thought that she looked nice. Her brother, Jaden, listen, I know Jaden is a little different. I know the family is a little different, period. Usually I have a tolerance for Jaden and his antics. I just didn't have it that night. I just didn't have it. You know, the last time that we saw him on a red carpet, he had that very exclusive, maybe only a couple made of those Hermes bags, the one that looks like the mansion. I think that's an Hermes bag. Don't quote me. But anyway, he was on the red carpet with that big bag. You guys know which bag I'm talking about, right? It looks like a house. I believe it's an Hermes bag. This time, he had the house on his head. Yes, his head. His head was poking through a little hole, and it was a black house, and it was on his head, and I'm sure there was a reason for it. I'm sure we're going to say that it was something artistic. To me, it just got on my fucking nerves. Nigga, go sit the fuck down, take that shit off your head. But if it's all in the name of art, you know, I love me an artistic moment as well. So, I mean, I guess there's that. But, yeah, stupid. This whole little child, It's above me. How about that? It's above me. Maybe I haven't evolved enough to understand why we walking around with a house on our head. But yeah, still love the Smith family. Even love Jaden. It's just that Jaden, you know, he likes to give people something to talk about. Okay. Where's Jada? Have you guys noticed that Jada has been very MIA? I mean, we saw, she posted something recently, a picture of her, like right when the new year started or something, but we haven't really seen Jada. I'm a little concerned. I don't know what to make of it, but she's been quiet. And we did hear about the house getting broken into and everything, but yeah, something, I'm wondering. We just gonna keep watching silently from afar. The main thing of the night is all the black people that I was really rooting for, they won. Okay, I'm not gonna give y'all the particulars on who won what, but I can tell you that Kendrick Lamar won all of the awards that he was nominated for. I believe he won 5 awards that night, which would put him at 20 Grammys. He is the third. He is a rapper. One of the how do I put this? So Kanye and Jay-Z both, I think, have 24 Grammys, and Kendrick is bringing up third place with 20 Grammys. Okay, I am willing to say that most likely Kendrick is going to pass both Jay-Z and Jay-Z, because it doesn't look like Jay-Z is really too much into making music anymore, so I don't know how much he's going to be even nominated for a Grammy any longer. You know, Jay-Z is a businessman, okay? But and then Kanye is still very much active in the music scene and all, making music and all, but I don't know. His music has changed quite a bit. Kanye absolutely still has the talent to put out Grammy nominated type of material, but he be going through so much, child. I just don't know if we can expect to get some more shit from Kanye that's gonna be Grammys. I feel like Kendrick is really in his bag right now. Even if he kind of took a break for a couple of years after he get off all these niggas' necks, after he get off everybody's neck, even if he took a break, he can still come back. Like, he still has some Grammy time in him. So you guys would be so shocked at how fucking hot it is. It's gonna be 74 degrees today. Oh, bitch, don't get no makeup on that. I got some shit to return right here. I got to turn the air on. Oh, I gotta get out the car, y'all. Fuck. No, maybe I don't. Well, let's roll the windows down first and see if that works. Child, they cutting down the trees in my parking lot, so I had to move. But I can still kind of hear them. I'm at work, just in case y'all didn't know. So, anyway. I can't get funky, so do I need to turn the air on? Give me a minute. Let me turn this air on, y'all. Better safe than sorry. All right, Roxstars, I had to edit this. I had to come back out to my car and do this segment and edit it back into the video, so it's not going to look like it fits. But apparently when I turned on my air conditioning, it took the sound as if I was going through my speaker, Bluetooth, and whatever. Anyway, it did not, you could not hear me. So I had to come back out here for like 9 minutes. I was talking and you couldn't hear anything. So I had to come back out and put it in because, of course, it was the most important part of the damn fucking Grammy review. So getting back to what I was talking about, I'm hoping that I can even remember what I was talking about. But we were talking about Kendrick Lamar and the fact that he is probably going to win more Grammys in the future. So I feel that he is going to surpass both Jay-Z and Kanye when it comes to the amount of Grammys that any certain rapper would have. I believe that Kendrick was going to break that record eventually. But anyway, Yes, of course, I was very excited, elated for my city, for Kendrick. Y'all know how I feel about Kendrick. You guys know that the West Coast is the best coast. Ooh, okay. So it was good to see that he had won all of that for a song that was never even on an album. This was not even considered a mixtape song. I mean, it literally was just some diss tracks that he had put out. Not like Us took off the way that it did. Let Drake tell it. It's because the music industry, the label, and Universal Music Group had pushed it so that it would be the hit that it was. Okay, that's why he's trying to sue them currently. But the fact that he won a Grammy off of a diss track, it's going to go down in history. And then when he went up there to accept his award for Record of the Year, why did they play the part where it says trying to strike a chord and it's probably A minor? Why did they play that part? The most disrespectful part of that song. The part that I'm sure gave Drake quite a bit of pause to hear that. For them to play that actually at the Grammys when he's walking up there and everybody in the audience singing it with him, I know Drake had to be really rethinking his life and some of his choices. The man is still rich, and he's still, people still love Drake and everything, but he has got to have felt the difference, the shift in the temperature and how people feel about him. And it's just, I'm just like, damn. But so Kendrick got up there and accepted his awards humbly. People were making conversation about the fact that he wore what they're calling a Canadian tuxedo. That's always been what they've called like a denim on denim when you wear it together. I don't know if that was something that he planned out. I mean, Kendrick is quite calculating, and he's quite, everything that he does is intentional. So he probably did do that on purpose. And of course, there have been pictures of Drake surfaced and him in his Canadian tuxedo. So it could very well have been on purpose as well, but I don't know that for a fact. But anyway, he was dressed down. He was there. He accepted his awards. I want to let everybody know that if you don't have your tickets to see Kendrick Lamar this year and your plan was to see Kendrick Lamar, then you probably need to get those tickets before Super Bowl is happening on Sunday, because I have a feeling that the ticket prices will probably go back up again after Super Bowl. Once the hype is really there, people are excited. They're seeing him at that halftime show. I'm sure he's going to give the people what they want, and it's going to make people want to buy tickets. So my advice to you guys is to do it early. Do it before the Super Bowl. Okay. But I was very, very happy for Kendrick and all. But you guys know what the topic of discussion was for that entire evening, or for a while now. Well, probably since they told us the nominations for a Grammy for the albums, and that would have been Beyoncé and Cowboy Carter. Now we know that Cowboy Carter is her second album in the trilogy of albums that she is going to have. This next one is rumored to be a rock album. Country Carter is considered her country album, even though she said it's a Beyonce album. It's not fully country, okay? But they're coining it as a country album. She was nominated for these different songs from the album, and but what we were most concerned for and wanted to make sure that the girl did win was Album of the Year. Do I feel that Cowboy Carter is Beyonce's ultimate album, like this is her best that she's put out and all? No, I do not. I've told you guys that plenty of times. I believe that it's a critically acclaimed, and it is a great album. It is a good album. It has good music on there and everything. However, it's just not, to me, it's not to the scale of what Beyonce has put out in previous albums that I truly was like, oh no, this could have been an album of the year. Okay. Yet and still, we know that album of the year title has been very elusive for her. And we're not quite sure if it's because they just don't like Beyonce. Do they feel that she already gets too much anyway? Do they truly feel that she doesn't have an album of the year? Is it a little bit of hateration up in there? You know, what exactly is the problem? Whatever the problem has been thus far, they finally decided to give her album of the year this year for Cowboy Carter. I was just like, for Cowboy Carter, out of all of the great albums this woman has put out, this is the one that you guys give her album of the year for. Some people are saying that the only reason why she got the album of the year is because her husband got up there and reprimanded the Grammys last year. Okay. I think that probably has a little bit to do with it, but I also believe that it finally comes down to people saying, okay, we need to go on and give this woman her flowers because she deserves them. Okay. Whether or not we feel that she deserves it for Cowboy Carter doesn't even really matter at this point. It's just the fact that this woman has been grinding for 25 years. She's been working nose to the ground, don't get caught up in no shit, keeps her work constant, consistent, and good quality work. You know, she has entertained us and she's come up with new dance moves and new things, and we just love to see it. Yeah, she absolutely deserved album of the year. I was a little disappointed it was for Cowboy Carter, but you know what? At this point, we just gonna take that shit. We just gonna take it because we ain't got time to be complaining. We tired. Y'all halfway don't want to give the folks nothing anyway. So if she gonna get it on Cowboy Carter, fine. Give it here. We'll take it. Thank you. Okay. But you guys have to let me know, do you believe that Cowboy Carter is her album of the year? Like, is this her best album that we've put out? It would have just felt like it meant so much more if it would have truly been an album that I think the majority of the people listening would have felt was the one that she deserved it for. But again, she deserves it regardless. Okay, she deserves it regardless. And so, you know, she did win, and congratulations to her for that. I'm happy for her. I was glad to see that Blue Ivy was up there with her. Was y'all mad at the dress this time? You know, because she had on a very similar style dress, which was like a tight little bodice, no straps and everything, and then a full skirt. I thought she looked beautiful. I thought the blue looked beautiful on her and all. You know, she does look much older. Not much, but she does look older than her, because I don't think Blue Ivy is even 12. So she does look older. But this is Hollywood. This is entertainment. You know, this is what happens. And I still don't feel like it is out of order. I don't feel like they put her in some shit that she had absolutely no business in. Okay. So there's that. But yeah, it was great to see. She actually truly looked surprised. Like, you know, there's been times where I've seen that when people win, Beyonce included, it's just like, you knew you was gonna win, so why are we going through all this? But this time, she truly was like, you know, have y'all seen all the memes? All the different memes and AI videos and shit that they put out about that. But it was funny because it was like a glimpse into Beyonce's, she's so suited and booted up, like she keeps herself so tight and she don't really open herself up to like show any type of like human side of herself sometimes, that it was actually refreshing to see her react like that. It was like, oh, Beyonce got a sense of humor. You know, I'm not trying to say the woman is not a human, but you know, she's very much aware of how she looks at all times, what she says at all times. She's very, very conscious of those things. So the fact that she like looked around like, oh my God, what? Like, I truly felt like that was a real moment. Not like how Taylor is every year. Taylor, not that I'm comparing the two, because I do like Taylor, but honey, that Taylor Swift, every time she act like she had no idea. Girl, did you know you made an album? Anyway, so yeah, good for Beyonce. I'm happy for her. Yeah. Also, who I was very happy that won was Doshi. About to mess her name up. Y'all, she is not a new rapper. She's been around for a long time, but she's starting to finally get the glow that she is supposed to be getting. Now, her latest album is Alligator Bites Never Heal. I think that's the name of it. I don't have my notes in front of me. Doshi, the reason why I like her is because even though she doesn't sound like an old 90s rapper, she kind of has like, you can totally feel the 90s girl rapper influence in her rap flow and her style, the way that she sounds, the way that she raps, the way that the music that she chooses, that her voice flows over the beat and everything. It very much reminds me of Lil' Kim, Foxy, Queen, the rappers from back then. But also you can 100% hear the influence that our newer rappers have had, most likely Nicki Minaj. You can tell she is a Nicki Minaj fan, that she has influenced her for sure, but other rappers as well, of current day as well. I just like the fact that Doshi is in her lane. She looks like she could be a quirky kind of girl, and with a sense of humor. Those kind of people I really like. That's the reason why I like Meg too, because I feel like she has a sense of humor as well. Doshi is funny, she's talented, she's creative, her videos and all just absolutely deserved a rap album of the year. Okay, absolutely 100% deserved it. When she got up there and she said that, she just was going through and she decided to become sober and just try to concentrate on her career and really making the right decisions and making the right moves. And it, like, okay, God, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. So now what you gonna do? And God came through and showed up and showed out and has been making her career progress, as it goes on. But yeah, so I was very, very, very happy when she won. When she got up there, just seeing this girl from Tallahassee, Florida. She's a black girl, she wears her cornrows. She's her mama with her. Mama got cornrows. The girls in the videos got cornrows. Like, she is in tune and touch with her blackness. She's not trying to be anybody else. I love her. I love her. Okay, but I haven't been on Doshi for a long time. I knew who she was back when her original song came out. I mean, when her other song was the big hit. But I didn't really get on to her until this new album, Alligator Bites on Heel, came out. And of course, The Nile is a River, and just listening to, I just love the way she wrote that song. I love it. It's so creative. It's just so creative, and I just love the conversational tone that pulls the audience in, and people, it's a lot the reason why I like her. Okay. But you guys do remember that she had a song that was a hit back in 2000, whenever that damn song came out, you guys. So people get Doshi, I think her and Victoria Monet, I've talked to a lot of people, I included, used to get their two songs mixed up because both of their songs were out at the same time. But Doshi used to have, Dochi's song was On My Mama, On My Hood, I Look Fly, I Look Good. Anyway, that's the rap song, but she was the one that had... Why can't I think of the song? This happened in the first time I did it. No, not that. Doshi had, hold on. I gotta look it up. Just that. Okay, you guys, I'm sorry. Doshi had What It Is, Ho, What's Up? Can a good boy get a little love? Every black boy needs a little thug. And if I put it down, I'ma get it up. She's singing in that song. Okay, Victoria's song is I put that on my own mama, on my hood. I look fly, I look good. People get them two mixed up because both of those songs were out at the same time. I remember talking about both of those songs, both of those performances that they did on the BET Awards. Okay, when they both brought out the rap groups that they sampled the song from. So I think a lot of people kind of forgot about Doshi, but latched on to Victoria Monet and then was thinking that that was the same song, but it's not. Okay, so it's two different songs. Doshi has been around for a long time, but again, people are just now starting to take notice. So I love that. Okay, and I think this is around the time that I need to go in because I'm going to edit this back into the original video that I was making. Okay. So if I repeat something you guys already heard, now you know why, because I can't remember what I talked about in that part and this part and all of that. Okay. I just love Doshi. I want everything for her. So when she won Best Rap Album, You know, she got up there and said that only 3 women have won, which would be Lauryn Hill, Cardi B, and now Doshi. You know, I just was so proud and so happy for her, and I just wanted to all continue. She said that performance at the Grammys was one of the most important performances that she would do, and I would agree 100%. That night had so many people watching because of Beyonce possibly winning, you know, because of all of the things people wanted to see. Everybody that needed to see her that night saw her, because the next day I had so many people telling me, like, I had no idea, like, who is she and what is she singing and why do I not know of her and blah, blah, blah. I said, y'all ain't been watching, because this girl's been out there. She's been burning the pavement and she has been winning. Also, it was nice to see that Rhapsody, she won for most melodic rap. I think she won that on a pre-show or something, but I wanted to put that in there, that she won for a performance that she did with Erykah Badu. I think the name of the song was 3 a.m. But she won also. Other things that stuck out. Oh, it was good to see that Chris Brown finally won a Grammy. I think he won one in the past before, but you guys know that the Grammys and Chris Brown, they ain't seen it for Chris in a long time, ever since all that shit happened with Rihanna. And then of course it's just been bad blood. Not even just the Rihanna situation, it's just that I think that they felt like, you know, he was, I don't know what it is, but all I know is they finally did give him his Grammy for Best R&B Album, which, you know, it felt good to see that Chris won. Of course, you guys know I love Lucky Day. Like, Lucky Day is my everything. So I listened to Lucky Day. I really wanted Lucky Day to win, but I had a feeling if it wasn't gonna be Chris, then I wanted it to be Lucky, but I wanted also for Chris to win, and he did. So good for him. Maybe people will kind of give him a break a little bit, because you know the folks still they don't really like Chris Brown. Other things that stuck out in the night, you know, the Sabrina Carpenter girl, she's cute, you know, in white folks news. I like her. I like the Roan girl. I do like her. I like those songs. Those songs were made popular on TikTok. That's the only reason why I even know those songs. They were made popular on social media. So good for them. We had some tributes. You guys know that Quincy Jones, we lost a legend last year, so they did have a tribute to Quincy Jones, and it did my heart good to see Cynthia Erivo up there. That girl's voice is just, the way it just glides over them notes. Oh, amazing. She is amazing. I just wish she would let her eyebrows come back. I just wish we could get the eyebrows, and maybe just a little piece of the burger. Let's just get it. You ain't got to eat the whole thing. I know everybody need to keep their little girlish figure and everything, but if her and Ariana could just share a cheeseburger from McDonald's, I'm gonna be real happy. Okay, because they so thin. But I know you gotta look thinner on child. Anyway, loved to see the tribute though. They even did a We Are the World. Y'all saw that Stevie Wonder was up there singing We Are the World, telling everybody else to sing. You know what, the only thing that really pissed me off was the Michael Jackson tribute with Janelle Monáe. I know everybody loves Janelle. I love Janelle too. No, let me take that back. Janelle is not somebody that I love like that. You know, I used to really like Janelle, and then there's been some things I just been sort of like, okay, girl, what you going through? Like, maybe, you know, you trying to learn yourself and everything, that's fine, but her up there doing that Michael Jackson tribute, like, I'm telling you, it pissed me the fuck off. Like, why? Out of all the people that you can have, why do you keep doing shit like this? It's a fucking slap in the face to see Janelle Monáe up there doing a goddamn moonwalk. I don't care. People can be mad at me. Y'all can be upset. Okay, but I'm just looking, and it almost felt like a mockery that she was doing what she was doing. I was just like, why? I mean, if it's not going to be Chris or Usher, I still feel like there's many other people that we can have, and why is Janelle Monáe up there? So that just was something personal that I just was, I was irritated, okay, because get her off, please. Thank you. Oh, you know who else stuck out in my mind? Oh boy, that sings, These beautiful da-da-da-da sun, some beautiful Seminole. No. Y'all know what song I'm talking about? Let me tell you, that song, it gets you going, right? Oh boy that performed it, baby, when they pulled them clothes off of him, kind of like how they did Doshi. Oh, side note, Doshi with these panties and bra, like that has always gotten on my nerves in the past, but I was like, okay, obviously it's a whole part of her whole little thing, so I'm going to be patient with it, okay? When they did that rip away and they pulled that outfit off of her, she had them underwear on, I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. Okay, and I, you know, like I said, the panties and the bra thing, let me just get on board, okay? But anyway, getting back to old boy that sing that song, when they ripped away and baby boy, he had on the lavender bodysuit and he came and flipped off that fucking piano and came back, he was like, and beautiful, damn it, all I was like, nigga, you better do the fuck that, okay? He done brought the whole Cirque du Soleil shit coming around up in there. I loved it. Loved every bit of it, you guys. So yes, it was definitely a great Grammys. I've talked about it long enough. This could have honestly been its own video. Well, you know what? We're gonna see. I'm gonna see how the rest of my topics go. Let me see. Well, no, we'll still just make it 2. You know what? I am gonna make it its own video. Fuck, I need my video time in. So you guys will just have to let me know what you thought about everything. Give me your good, your bad, your ugly. Tell me what you expected, what you were disappointed in, what you loved. I want you to put all that down there in the comments. Y'all put everything about it and we'll move on to the next story.